WTTV presents Jay Weed's Delicious Desserts. This week's recipe is your host, Jay Weed.
I hope you guys are excited, just as I am, to make this delicious dessert today. I call this one the Oreo Frenzy, and before we get started, I'm going to tell y'all what you're going to need. So you're going to need at least one package of Oreos. You're going to need an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, but you're going to want to let it soften first because it'll just make your process a lot easier. And then we're going to need some pudding. I actually just got one little snack pack thingy, but the actual recipe calls for 2 small boxes of instant chocolate pudding. But we're gonna, we're on a college budget here, so we'll make it work. Also, you're gonna need 1 stick of margarine, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then 1 large container of Cool Whip. So let's get started. So first step, we're gonna take half of the packages of the Oreos, and then we're going to crush them up in a big Ziploc bag. As you can see before, I already crushed them up earlier. But I'm going to take y'all step by step today, just so there's no confusion. This dessert is awesome for really just any get-togethers. I don't think I've ever met anyone that hates it because it's delicious. And it's pretty simple to make for the most part. Just got to put a little effort into it, but okay, so we did that. Now we got to crush them up real nice and good. Got to squeeze them. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, once those are all kind of, they're broken up enough, you kind of want them to be as crushed up as possible because this essentially is our crusted layer. So before we put this down though, you want to melt your 1 stick of margarine. I actually already have, so it's pretty easy, just put it in the microwave. So before we do anything with that, we want to make our layer. So what we're gonna do is pour out our Oreos, but only do 3/4 because we're going to use the other 1/4 of it later. So there we go. Okay, so what you want to do is kind of make it, I don't have enough for my pan or I would make it fit, so for this demonstration I'm just going to kind of make it a circle. And what we're going to do with our melted margarine is we're going to pour it on. And then kind of have it, we're going to compact it down. So we're going to kind of make it a wall of Oreos, if I like to call it. So once that's on there, kind of pack it down. And usually after this, we don't have a freezer. So it kind of just helps in the process of the margarine helping the Oreos stick together. So we're going to kind of bypass that process. So as you can see, the margarine's kind of seeking in there pretty well. We have a little bit left, so we might as well just use all of it. Yeah, there we go, the good stuff. Okay. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So, not yet. Okay, so right after we get back, we're going to be able to kind of show how we create the rest of it. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and don't miss the deliciousness.
So Jimmy, what are we going to do about these grades?
I know exactly what Jimmy needs.
What are study buds?
Study buds are earphones that help students study.
Study buds are awesome.
What's up, everybody? We just got back. Before the break, we made our first layer, and this is the crucial part because that's where the crunchiness comes in. So for this next part, we're gonna need to get our softened cream cheese and put it in a bowl. So, feels like Play-Doh, the cheap stuff. Anyway, so you're gonna need to mix that, a cup of powdered sugar, and 1 cup of Cool Whip. So here we go. Or I'm gonna kind of guesstimate because I want to, so I figured that's how it tastes best. And it's really all up to you. You can adjust with this, you know. So this is about 1/4. We'll do 1 more. Perfect. Okay, and this is probably the longest process out of this whole thing because typically the cream cheese is pretty difficult to mash up, even when it's hardened or softened. In other words, we're going to go in and get dirty today, get in there. So make our time go by a little faster. Oh man! Don't be afraid to get messy. You know, I mean that's part of the fun of cooking, and it's what makes it fun. You know, like there you go. Okay. So after that part, let's see. This is going to be our second layer, and this is going to be the most sweet layer because obviously we just put a bunch of sugar together, and yeah, but it's delicious. I mean, how can you deny the love of sugar? Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, cool. That's all done for the most part. So you can see right here, it's pretty hard for the most part, so that's good. That's what we want. So slap that on there, and then kind of just press it around. Try and make it form the same shape. Obviously, like I said before, if the whole pan's covered, you can just slap it on there and do whatever. But I would also like to try this cooking experiment with some Twix. I feel like that would be amazing. That's just me, though. Let's see. So after that, typically, whenever you have the pudding, you don't, well, this is how Mom makes it. She usually puts like 2 cups of milk with the pudding and usually just mixes it. But I'm going to go cheat mode and grab a snack pack. And so that's our third layer. And then we want to just smear that all over there. More sugar. Yeah, good for the soul. There we go. Oh, that looks just gorgeous, doesn't it? And then for our last layer, we're just going to add our Cool Whip, our last little bit. Boom! Easy money. And then to really wrap this up, I'm going to put the crumbles on the cake. So thank you all for joining us, and join us next time, please.